I definitely think there's a lot at stake, honestly.
The best way to explain it, just win.
Yeah, he's up.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
You first
I got.
And version 1 in game 5 closes it out.
Oh man, it's been tough for sure. I mean,
That reaction's why we do it, chat. We have the ability to basically control our own destiny. As long as we continue to win, give ourselves a chance.
If we didn't make the major, we all knew that, there was a change that needed to be made.
Yeah, the Koi series is bad.
This is that situation, back against the wall. Teams like this, like Koi, this is when they're the most dangerous, when you do back them into the corner, and they're showing it here.
Oh my god!
How do we give up pressure there?
I don't.
Well,
know.
I thought Beast was left, and that would have been open on my path.
We're just throwing. Bro.
That's pretty much the nail in the coffin.
The way the day starts is the way the day ends. Unfortunately, though, it does not go our way the second time around. The reverse sweep comes through from Koi.
I think in the Koi series, we were really confident after game 2 because we won like 7-0 or something. And then I think game 3, we just made a couple like dumb mistakes that we could have easily won that game because we were in the lead by like the last minute. And every goal we gave up, it felt like we were just like messing up our challenges or like just giving them like an easy 2-on-1 or something like that.
Once we lost the first game, I think we had a mental block. We have to win this, or people are going to look at us a different way.
We got in our own heads about it. We started playing differently. We were all not on the same page, and it just got really ugly after that, and we weren't playing like a team. Like, that's the thing with Rocket League is like, you can win a game 6-0, 7-0, and then the next game, the other team can win it easily. They just reset.
Hopefully we can see a marked improvement going into Regional 3, as we need a massive upswing. It is basically a win it or lose it.
I definitely think there's a lot at stake, honestly. Obviously we want to make the major, but I feel like, if we didn't make the major, we all knew that, there was a change that needed to be made.
We've got the Winter Invitational, obviously Lawler and Supersonic here. Going to be covering today.
We're going to be starting out in a group stage here. We'll be playing 3 teams through that, going out of that into bracket play.
Our chances actually seemed pretty good. Some of the scenarios that we needed were pretty likely. We just had to win the matches that were in front of us.
Primarily, the big thing that we're looking at is obviously trying to attend San Diego, which is an uphill battle. We're not going to shy away from it. 2 9 to 12th place finishes is not an easy route. The best way to explain it, just win.
Nice, get up.
I'm all
I'll turn. You turn, actually?
I'll play miss.
Yeah, for shot.
And nice. Let's go. Come on.
And a chance for one of these teams to start 1-0 on the day.
Yeah, he's up.
Yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
You first.
I got.
It's free. You beat him.
Beat him.
Down.
Nice. Good job.
Good job.
Let's go, boys.
And version 1 in game 5 closes it out.
Oh, man. Would not be version 1 fashion if we didn't do it in game 5 to start the day.
Oh, go. All right, let's go.
Maybe you can. All right, let's get it. Come on.
Bimo looking to go underneath. Finds it early. 427. First goal on the board for version 1 in beast mode.
Nice.
Good job.
Has been able to showcase some of that creativity, some of that offense we've been waiting for as this one hits the ground. A 3-0 and 2-0 on the day, so a chance to clinch number 1 in the group.
Okay, let's get it. Come on.
Be careful of the flick. Razebull's got a bump. He's got a shot, and they're going to close it out. Complexity secures their spot at the major, and version 1 drops to the lower bracket. Welcome back to the V1 coverage of the RLCS 22-23 Winter Invitational. Lawler and Super getting ready for our 4th and final match of the day. It's going to be up against the one and only M80.
We felt like, okay, we're playing M80. M80 they were in the running at the time too. They were like 6th at the time going into the last region. We're like, okay, they're gonna have a lot of pressure on them. Let's just play loose, have fun, play our game, and we know we can beat them.
We have the ability to basically control our own destiny. The teams that we need to lose are in positions where they will knock each other out. We have the ability to, as long as we continue to win, give ourselves a chance.
All right, come on.
Go. All right, let's go, boys.
Let's get it.
Confidence.
Let's go. Come on. Back corner. Self sheep.
And then Beast Mode once again. Tor looking for the touch. Fimo over the top and secures it. 146 into OT. Up 2-0 in the series now is V1.
Nice.
Let's go.
Up early. Should be able to touch this one down. It does. V1 secures it.
Let's go, boys.
Day 2. Let's go.
Top 8.
We just played our game. We just, as cliche as it is, it wasn't that difficult of a matchup for us to make it any of the times, and we just made sure that we played confidently in the last one.
Oh man, it's been tough for sure. I mean,
That reaction's why we do a chat.
It's obviously we're capable of making top 8s, of course, like easy. I don't think we never missed a top 8. Or I think we only missed once, but obviously we're capable of doing this. But it's been tough, man. It's been very, very tough, especially everything that happened before this split even started. I'm happy we made top 8. I can see us going further, but we just have to prove it in tournament. So yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Rocket League Championship Series. We are heading into day 2 of our North American Invitational. Let's start talking about that first one, of course. It's going to be G2 Esports facing off against Version 1. We just talked about Version 1's chances, achieves. This is, they're really thinking about this match and probably trying not to stress about it too much, but knowing what's on the line, there has to be a little bit of anxiousness coming into this.
Going in the G2 match, honestly, I was excited for it. Like I felt like if it was any time we're gonna beat them, it was this time.
We know we can beat G2. We know we absolutely can. It's just been a matter of actually doing it. When we play them, it feels like they really don't play well. We just play worse, and we give away free goals. We make mistakes that are uncharacteristic, and we make it much easier on them than we really should be.
Honestly, I was feeling pretty confident. I told myself and my team that there's no pressure at all, and I feel like when there's no pressure in the game, you're gonna play better. There's nothing, there's nothing to be scared of or anything like that. But we could still make the major, just because of the potential that we had as a team.
G2 is a team that more often than not, when the chips are down, tends to show up pretty big. And Version 1, while they are all excellent players, G2 is never one you're allowed to take lightly, and even on their off day, they can beat you. So Version 1, you have to play a heck of a game today if you want to take down a team like G2.
Let's get it, boys.
Come on, let's get it.
Come on.
All right, I'll be right.
For the opposition, not that they've necessarily gone against offensive juggernauts here in this event, but they've scored plenty on their own, and Com's got the first here.
5 minutes overtime. Can JNF end it here? He gets the Duckor Torment, and Chicago will get the follow-up. G2 have Version 1 with their head in their hands after that win.
He was just there already.
So annoying.
I felt like after we took that timeout down 2-0, which we could have won one of the 2 games, but still, like, you kind of have to call a timeout once you're down 2-0 to kill the other team's momentum. I felt like in that timeout, I was like telling them exactly what to do and like reaffirming like everyone has to be doing it and everyone has to be on the same page, and the communication has to be sharp and all that stuff. And I felt like coming out of that timeout, everyone looked way better. G2 was super uncomfortable with how we were playing.
I called the timeout because it's 2-0 just to kill momentum, but I don't think you guys played bad necessarily that game. You guys just need to relax when you guys have time and control.
Also, we just need to have fun. Just have fun. We win, we lose, we lose. But just play our best and enjoy it.
Yep.
Might be the last time we get to play this split.
Mentally, a must-win for Version 1 to give themselves something to build on here in this series and a chance to claw their way back against G2.
Onslaught of offense from G2. They finally get some space, though, as Beast Mode sets it up for Torment. Torment puts it on, and it's in!
Just letting you
Back all the way, so.
Nice.
We go to Game 4 with Version 1 finally on the board.
I'll slow it down. Super starved.
He's up.
Going low.
I got it. Fake it.
I got now.
Forward.
Nice!
Let's go. Come on.
Top right, Tommy strikes! V1 in the lead with 30 seconds to go!
Just go.
Right at first. I got.
Nice.
I'm in. Zero boost.
Watch mid.
Yeah. Let's go.
Boys, come on.
Lawler and Supersonic probably knew better. They were probably multitasking and not even paying attention for the first 5 games of this series. They knew it would come down to this point here. Champions Field for Version 1 to keep their hopes alive and advance to Championship Sunday and apply a little more pressure to Dignitas later today. Oh, the saves coming in left, right, and center now for version 1, but they do weather the storm. They do get back onto the orange half, but for how much longer? Overtime is looming here on Champions Field. It could not get any more tense for V1. And for Atomic, the bank is open with 5 seconds left.
No. No. Good try, guys. GG's. It was a good effort.
We played it relatively close. We lost a bunch of overtimes that we probably shouldn't have, and threw away some chances that any of us should have hit, should have been making some shots that we should have, and should have been making a lot of more plays.
You know, it was a very scrappy series, I would say, from both teams, but we could have easily closed it out. And I feel like, you know, as time goes on, that's a learning experience. Overall, my thoughts on the split are definitely, you know, I'm not happy with how we performed. I know we could easily make the major, easily could potentially even did great at the major, you know. It's a learning experience, you know, losing equals learning. And it's obviously just tough.
And for version 1, I mean, what a tumultuous story this has been, right? I mean, you know, the near roster move with Rise thinking about coming over from Europe and the domino effect that would have had, and then to try and salvage anything, try and kind of recover that team chemistry.
I think our like trade window drama definitely didn't help, but I don't think that was the reason that we were like this. I think we knew we had to change how we played, and when we changed how we played, we just weren't as good at the time. Like, it was only like a few weeks, and then
like you obviously, everyone's aware that like we try to make a move, didn't happen. So I feel like maybe like in the back of players' heads, like maybe it's like, okay, well, if we don't do good, like there's probably going to be a move. So I think that definitely could have contributed.
You have that in your back of your head. If you don't do good, then not only did you not do good, but you just try to make a roster change. So at the point, it's just like, it's really hard to come back from.
What I think will happen next for us going forward, I mean, it's kind of tough to answer right now. The split just ended. So, I mean, obviously, I think it's obvious that we didn't have anywhere near the split we wanted, considering our expectations. I think for us here at V1, like our goal minimum is major, right?
It is good to take a break. It is good to feel these kind of things. You know, feel what it's like to lose, feel what it's like to not go through these lands. You feel so much more passion and wanting to make those lands and wanting to make those, like, go to those places.
This was nowhere near the split we wanted. We obviously did try to make a move last split. For this current roster, we'll have to see, honestly. I mean, I think regardless of what happens, I think this roster was like amazing in terms of like, if you look back at our results with these three group of guys, like you can't be disappointed with that. We got third at a major, top 8 at Worlds, we made another major, like we got top 8 at that, 1-2 regionals, bunch of top 4, top 8, like it was like honestly like great accomplishments, great achievements. Regardless of what happens, I think that needs to be said. You could tell in and out of game, they were friends, made it way easier to play in game. At LANs, we all hang out together and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, regardless of what happens, I think this was like probably one of my favorite rosters to be a part of, if this is the end, but I don't know, it's too early to tell. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.